In this short episode of the podcast, I'm going to reveal the results of a poll that I just shared with some of our CrossFitters here at CrossFit Edwardsville. A poll asking the question, what is your biggest struggle with healthy eating? In this episode, I'll reveal the answer to that question, and I'll also reveal the solution. Maybe this will help you to have a breakthrough in your healthy eating journey as well. Tune in and take notes.
Welcome to the CrossFit Edwardsville Community Podcast, where we hear and learn from our coaches, CrossFitters, and Glen Ed community leaders. Now, here are your hosts, Dallas and Greg.
What is up, guys? I'm Coach G, one of the coaching team here at CrossFit Edwardsville, and really excited to share the results of a poll that I had shared in our community, asking the question, what is your biggest struggle with healthy eating? And the possible answers, the options that our CrossFitters could choose: knowledge, knowing what to do; consistency, doing the right things day in, day out; weekends, totally blowing all of my progress between Friday and Sunday; addiction, I'm addicted to XYZ food thing like sugar, cheese, ice cream, whatever; priorities, I simply fail to properly prioritize my health over less important things. So, had our votes come in, and the results of this poll show the number one biggest struggle that our CrossFitters see with healthy eating is the consistency of doing the right things day in and day out. It's not knowledge. It's not knowing what to do. It's not weekends necessarily, blowing progress between Friday to Sunday. It's maybe not a food addiction. At least that's not what they perceive to be their challenge. It's not priorities. It's consistently doing the right things day in and day out. And I can see how you might argue that a lack of consistency could be, at its core, a priorities problem. But for the purposes of this conversation, we'll take this at face value that people feel the biggest challenge with their healthy eating is consistency, doing the right things day in and day out. It's not knowing what to do. It's taking action on it on Monday, and then again on Tuesday, and then again on Wednesday. Having been in the coaching space for a long time and a beneficiary also, I take my own medicine. I have coaches that help me. I have people, workout friends, workout buddies, workout partners. I can say with absolute confidence, the number one most important solution to this problem is having rock solid accountability to others who you look up to, others who you respect, people whose opinion you care about. The good news is accountability is readily available to you right here, right now. It might be hiring a coach who's actually going to check your food journals every day. Might be hiring a coach who's going to be looking for you, waiting for you at the gym for your private coaching appointment. It could be having a friend who is not going to let you slide, take a day off, take the easy road. Somebody who's good at pulling no punches and holding your feet to the fire and not letting you slack for some silly, ridiculous, nonsense, bullshit excuse. There's really no substitute and very little that is as powerful as having rock solid accountability to other people, all of whom hold each other and themselves to a very high standard. Surrounding yourself with people that you admire, who are on the path you want to be on, and who helps keep you on the path. People who will call you out if you start to steer off of the path. I think it's important for all of us to hold each other to a very high standard. No more standard bullshit excuses. No more, oh shoot, sorry, I forgot. No more, well, I was busy with this job. Yeah, everybody's busy with their work. Oh, I'm sorry. I got busy with the kids. Everybody who has kids is busy. Hold yourself to a higher standard. Don't let that become a nonsense, bullshit, sounds good on the surface excuse. Collectively, here at CrossFit Edwardsville, and hopefully in whatever fitness community you're in, we're here to both raise our own standards and hold each other accountable to a much higher standard of performance, because that is where our greatness can be found. Tony Robbins puts it this way. He says, you want to be great? Raise your standards. Don't accept the status quo anymore. Don't accept what the mediocre masses accept. There's legions of people out there. You could even argue that it is a cultural thing that most people, most Americans, are on a very unhealthy path. And if you're going with the crowds, if you're doing what most of your friends are doing, you're in very big trouble, because most of your friends are walking straight toward diabetes, hypertension, obesity, all of the very avoidable health problems that our culture suffers from. All of these are extremely avoidable problems. And unfortunately, if you're walking with the crowd, if you're traveling with the crowd, if you're rationalizing everything in moderation, if you're rationalizing the birthday parties and the weekend barbecues and the only a little won't hurt, and if you're out there, if you're thinking like the masses, you're in very big trouble, and you're going to get what the masses get. Very few of us have good fitness examples in our regular families, amongst our friends, unless you're a part of a fitness community. I know for me growing up, I didn't have healthy eating necessarily modeled for me. I had to go actively seek people who were on a healthy path so I could surround myself with others that had health and vibrance, living their best lives as key priorities, and they were willing to work for it. I hate to say this, but unfortunately, people like that are relatively in the minority. It's not most people. Most Americans are addicted to comfort. Most Americans are addicted to convenience. Most of them are adverse to adversity. They're allergic to hard work. They will find the easy road and try and go that road. And it's wide is the gate, narrow is the road. Like, it is very, very easy to accidentally find yourself in really serious health problems. Or maybe you're not even there yet. Maybe you just know from year to year, you're getting more and more tired. Maybe you know from year to year, you're able to do less and less. You start to get scared when you think about your kids asking you to go play soccer in the yard. You know that going up and down stairs is now an exhausting process, where in the past it was no problem. You see the change in the mirror and you hate what you see, because you see yourself stacking on all this body fat, and now you hate having people take pictures of you because you don't like what you see in those pictures. You know there's a problem, and maybe the bomb hasn't gone off for you yet, but maybe you recognize there's a problem here with my health. I am struggling with consistently doing the things that I know I should do day in and day out. Very possible that you, the person listening to this podcast, maybe you need to surround yourself with people who are on a healthier path than the people you hang out with now. The people at work, the people like your friends, even, they might be leading you straight into the danger zone. If you need to find a community of people that are amazing, they're pushing themselves to be their best selves, to look good, feel good, perform at their best, maybe you need the CrossFit community. I'm blessed every single day that I'm surrounded by coaches and people that are inspiring, that make it fun to go and hit the gym. They legitimately make it easier for me to sustain the course and show up and do the things day in and day out. Maybe you need that. Maybe you need to find some people that help lift you up. Maybe you want to be a part of the rising tide that lifts all boats. If you do, we want to be a part of that solution for you. Start by Googling CrossFit Edwardsville. Read our Google reviews. We have 1,000 of them. When you're ready, go to CrossFitEdwardsville.com. You can book a no sweat conversation with a coach. No pressure, no sales pitch. We'll talk to you about how you can get where you want to go to look amazing, feel amazing, perform at your best, live your best life. We'd love to help you get there and get there without wasting time. Help you get there faster and more effectively. Our workouts, our program, more exciting, more effective. And if you need that, we'd love to meet you. But for now, thank you for the gift of your time and your attention, and we will see you guys in the next episode of the podcast.